and I'll be presenting about coral reefs in Grenada. So first, in a more general sense, what is threatening coral reefs? So the biggest one that everybody's heard about is climate change and ocean warming. So oceans, that because of the increased CO2 in our atmosphere, global warming is causing the waters to heat up in the ocean. So that's boosting the temperature. And corals have a very narrow range of temperatures that they can survive in. So because the temperature is rising out of that level, corals are coral bleaching, which I will talk about later. Another is pollution from agriculture and urban areas, because the harmful chemicals run into the water and they can smother corals and different marine life, along with plastic. And then sediments that will end up in the water kind of fog the water, and it also prevents the sunlight from reaching the corals. And lastly, there are many other threats to corals. However, these are just like the top 3. And so the last one is overfishing, because corals and fish have a symbiotic relationship, and removing too many fish from the ecosystem, it kind of creates an imbalance, and it can destroy a lot of the reefs. My proposed solution to the coral degradation is exactly what I do at my internship. In this slide is an included picture of that I took at my internship, and it's called coral farming. So coral farming is a method of cultivating and restoring coral reefs by growing them in a controlled environment and then transplanting them to damaged reefs. In the picture, you can see a bunch of little tiles, and they all have corals on top of them. And so once they are all grown large enough, they are then transplanted into the Biscayne Bay, where they're studied and made sure that they're growing under the right conditions. So how I kind of explain coral farming, but I'll go in order. So the little corals on the tiles are called frags, and they are cut off from other corals. So once they grow, they each become their own coral, per se. And then they're placed in nurseries where they are grown. And so in this example, this tank right here is its version of a nursery, and it has all the perfect conditions for a coral to grow in. However, we've been trying to increase the temperature of the water to try to kind of evolve these corals to grow in warmer temperatures. And then last, we then move the corals from the nursery into the ocean.